welcome to art. Here's what we're going to do today.
At first you'll just look and listen while I tell you a bit about color. Then we will do some stretches. Then we will do a color wheel drawing. And in the next video we'll do another drawing as well as a time to clean up. In a rainbow or a color spectrum, each color leads to the next. Red leads to orange, leads to yellow, which leads to green, which leads to blue, which leads to violet. In between red and yellow is orange, in between yellow and blue is green, and in between blue and red is violet. Each color is made up of these, the primary colors. These panels are by an artist named Ellsworth Kelly. Ellsworth Kelly also made these panels, which fade gradually from yellow to yellow-green to green to blue-green to blue to violet to red-violet to magenta to red to orange to yellow-orange and back to yellow again. In your box, you'll find yellow, blue, red, maybe another blue, and magenta. You might not have these exact colors, but some variation of them. I've also created a color wheel for your reference. It has a front and a back, and a small sketchbook. It's so small because this kind of coloring is a lot of work. Here's the color wheel I provided you. It shows you the primary colors, the secondary colors, and the tertiary colors, as well as some recipes for mixing colors. On the back, I gave you some color harmonies. This is a topic we'll cover more next week. In case you forgot, this animation will show you how the primary colors mix to make all the colors of the color wheel.
Okay, now for our stretches. Reach your arms up and back. Now your shoulders up to your ears. And let them drop back down. Again. Now hold those 2 lemons into your hands. Make claws like this. Squeeze the lemons. And let them drop. Good hand. Massage the back of your hand like that. Okay, now our eyes. Put your hands together. Great. Put one hand. Put your palm underneath and your other palm over and just look into the darkness and see those lights and just stare at them until it fades to black. Good.
First page of your sketchbook, I'd like you to draw a color wheel. Let's start out with the primary colors: blue, red, and yellow. Draw the 3 primary colors in this configuration. Now it's time to mix yellow and blue to make green. So start off with layering a small circle of yellow and add some blue on top of it. Remember not to leave any gaps when you're coloring so the colors mix well together. I'll give you a minute to finish coloring this green dot. Next comes violet. To create violet, make a small circle of blue, and you're going to layer your pink or magenta pencil on top. That's a better red for mixing purples. You'll find that it makes a much nicer color than the true red pencil. I'll give you a minute to color in your purple dot. Let's make orange. Start out with your true red pencil, more orangey looking color, and color in red circle. Now with the yellow, layer on some yellow on top. You might have to bear down a bit on the pencil as yellow is not a very strong color. Take a minute to create an orange circle between red and yellow. Now we'll add tertiary colors like blue-green. To make blue-green, make a blue circle and layer some yellow on top to make green. And we need it to be bluer than our green circle, so add some more blue until it makes a blue-green color. You might need to go back and forth between the yellow and the blue until you get the right color. Next we'll make yellow-green. Start out with a light coloring of blue, and then you're going to add a lot of yellow on top. Now for yellow-orange. I'll start out with yellow and add true red until I get a light yellowy orange color. Next we'll do red-orange. Start out with a bit of yellow and layer in true red until you get a color that is closer to red than the orange that you've already created. The next color on the color wheel is red-violet, so we'll use a magenta pencil this time and make a strong circle of magenta, which you will then add a bit of blue. I'm adding more to my purple just to make sure that I can see the difference between the two. Now for blue-violet, we will start out with the magenta colored pencil and layer on blue. So it should be more blue than the violet. So just add a bit less of the magenta color. On the bottom, experiment with mixing all three primary colors to create different shades of brown. These might not be the cleanest, brightest, or most rainbowy colors, but they have a lot of uses and we need them in art, and they too are beautiful. So see if you can make different shades of brown by mixing different amounts of primary colors below your color wheel. Oh no. Guys, I'm doing my warm-up drawing and I kind of forgot that when you mix all three primary colors, you get this kind of grayish color. And I didn't want it in my picture. Wait a minute. Now, it's not really my business to judge whether my drawing's good or bad, right? That's up to the people who see it, if it means something to them or maybe it doesn't. But I'm not gonna judge whether or not it's good or bad. I'm just gonna make it. That's my job, is just to make the picture. Now, if something happened that I didn't mean to do and that I don't really like, first step is I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna see what it has to teach me. Okay, well, I see some good things that I do like. I like how I made this green over here. I really like this part. I love how I mix this purple. I like that I made a big blue area. I see a lot of things that I think are working in this picture. And then there's this one thing that I don't want to do, is where I mix all three together. I don't really want that in this picture, but it's teaching me that what not to do if I don't want that color, and if maybe one day I do want to make that color, and now I know how to make it. I might need that color one time in my picture. So if you ever feel like your drawing doesn't look how you want it to, don't tell yourself it's bad. Just stop, take a minute and look at it and let it tell you what it wants to tell you, and then you have to decide, do I want to start over or do I want to try to fix it? Do I want to keep going? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to choose to keep going. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm so glad I kept going. So you know what I remembered? I remembered that if I use the end of the pastel, I can make a really strong color. So I just made a really strong red over that piece I didn't like, and it gave me an idea. It gave me an idea to make strong colors all over the picture. And now I really like it. It makes me happy. Remember, if you ever get stuck, stop, learn from your picture, and then you can decide if you want to keep going or if you want to start over.